Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Jerry and the Raw episode. Once again, I don't really know. Didn't make a video yesterday. Sorry about that, guys. The jitter stuff, sometimes, I have to skip a day just with everything that's going on. And yesterday was actually a pretty busy day. This is only the second jitter I've shot on my new iPhone XS Max, which is the new iPhone replacement to the X. And it's actually pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I don't think if Steve Jobs was around that they would have actually even released this phone, because it is so close to the X that there's really no differentiation. I mean, as I understand it, the screen is a little bit better. There's a couple things a little bit better. The camera technology seems largely the same. The one thing I did notice, though, is both the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera have the same resolution on the iPhone XS Max, at least in the settings. I don't know about the physical hardware, but when I went into the settings, I was able to enable not only 4K, but 4K 60. Right now, this video you're watching can be 4K 60 frames per second. When I upload it to YouTube, I don't know if it's going to retain that or not, but we're going to find out. Also, I'm coming over here where there's not a lot of light, so we can try out the low light on this camera. The one thing I am noticing on the newer iPhones is it looks like the software does a lot more shit than it did before. And sorry if I seem out of it. I'm on a fairly high dose of my pain medication because my arm is still bugging the hell out of me. And I'm trying to actually get some rest because today I was pretty stressed out. That's why I didn't shoot a video or do a live stream this morning. As I woke up, I was in a lot of pain. I had nightmares all night long. Again, I don't really know what's causing this. I've tried changing some stuff up and I haven't seen a big improvement. What I think happened was I had an allergic reaction to some food last night, so I took a bunch of Benadryl. I took 3 capsules and I woke up. I had crazy nightmares, just woke up in shit shape. So I think it had something to do with that, honestly. But so far I am liking the new phone. I'll tell you right now, the iPhone 10 and the XS, the face unlock is so good. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I understand that, it's not 100% and it's not supported by companies that need like a certain level of security rating, because, it can technically be fooled. It's not as like, strong as a fingerprint, for instance, but it works really good. I'm curious to see how this looks, because right now I'm almost in pitch black upstairs going into the nerd cave. What's going on? I got to punch in my code. There we go. I'm in. Oh, it's all nice and warm in here because I turned the AC down. I just wanted to go somewhere different. I always shoot in the living room, and plus I knew there was some water up here. Here, I can even turn on some beautification lighting. Here we go. Ready? You guys ready? Oh my God. I look so pretty. I'm going to have a drink of water. Hold on here. Oh, so much more better. So, I know a lot of people were asking me why I didn't go with Android, and the simple answer is I love Android, don't get me wrong, but my workflow and everything that I do on social media, videos that I create and stuff like that, everything just works really well on the iPhone. I love that the Adobe has its entire suite of applications on here, like Photoshop, you got Premiere, and a couple of other ones, and they work really well. As a matter of fact, Adobe just came out with a new video editing software called Rush, R-U-S-H. Check it out. It is actually quite good. I mean, it's simplistic, as in like, Microsoft Movie Maker is simplistic, but it seems to work pretty good. Yesterday, guys, just to get you caught up, I've got 2 days of catching up to do here. I'm trying to get comfortable because I'm a little dizzy from these meds. So yesterday, I took my car in to get the passenger side hand grenade replaced. That's just my fancy name for airbag. A company called Takata, who makes airbags for like almost every car on planet Earth for like the last 20 years, has gone bankrupt. At least that's what people have been telling me, because of these airbag recalls. Now, the way it works is in my 2005 Subaru WRX STI, the passenger side airbag can actually explode and throw shrapnel all over the place and potentially kill the passenger, if not the driver. So their solution? Install another defective ass airbag that they added basically a desiccant to. And the reason they did that was because apparently the failure was caused by like rust or deterioration of the metal, causing it to become brittle. So now they add this desiccant to the new one, so they stick it in there and absorbs the moisture over a period of time, at least until like, humanity's dead in 1 billion years. And we're probably good to go. So I'm glad that they did that. That experience went pretty smooth. I was shocked that when I got to the dealership, 2 other dudes knew who I was. I was not expecting that. Like 2 guys Actually, no, it was 3 guys. There was a 3rd guy when I was leaving, too, out in the parking lot who worked there. And they all knew exactly who my YouTube channel was. Surprisingly, only one of them knew me for Cargasm. The other 2 knew me from 3D printing videos. So I thought that was actually pretty damn cool. That, you know, even washed up old Jerbo over here still gets a couple of looks in public every once in a while. You know, it really helps to feed that inner ego and narcissism that's slowly fading away. But it all went smooth. They gave me a rental vehicle. It was a 2018 Subaru Crosstrek with all the bells and whistles. And guys, I drove it like I stole it. I even told him I was going to too, because the guy that gave me the keys to the car, he came down and said, "Oh my God, is that your Subaru or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, well, you can drive this shitty Crosstrek," or whatever. He didn't say that. He didn't say shitty, but he said, "Yeah, you can drive this." And he's like, "Don't take it off any jumps." He's like, "I better not see this in a YouTube video." And then he's like, "Wink." So I thought that was pretty funny. He basically, you know, was giving me the nod, like if I want to show up in a video, it can. But I didn't want to shoot a video because I didn't know how long I was going to have the loaner car for. So instead, I just left there in the loaner car. I went over to Jason's house. That's Zachariah. And drank a cup of coffee with him. But then he ended up being busy, so then I had to get out of there. I was going to stop by Graham's house, but he was still busy. So instead, I hoofed it home, did a live stream for a couple of hours, and surprisingly, Miss Barnacles just popped in and jumped on the live stream. And we had a really good time hanging out. And I love it when she does that. I think it's cool when she comes and joins me on stream. It's something that, you know, gives us time to do stuff together, which I really, really, you know, value and cherish. Man, I feel like I'm out of wind. God, I hate some of these medicines. But anyways, I ended up coming home. I did that. Then after I was done with morning coffee, I had a little snack. I'm still doing the keto diet. I'm on like day, I lost track. It's like 9 or 10. Day 8, 9, or 10. And I'm down from 330 pounds when I started to 312 as of this morning. So, but it does go up and down every day by like 2 pounds. It's weird. It's all over the place. So I just take the lightest weight of me that I take throughout the day, and then I use that as my baseline, and then I continue forward. But I'm not particularly counting calories. All I'm doing is staying away from sugar. And so I'm like not having desserts. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just having like mostly meat, cheese. Let's see. So meat and cheese would be the 2 big categories. Avocados as far as like my veggies or fruit or whatever is concerned. I can have cream cheese. I can have the list actually isn't that long of stuff that I want. I can have nuts, but I have to be careful because the nuts do have quite a few carbohydrates in them, so I have to go pretty easy on the nuts. These nuts. But anyways, all in all, I hate the diet, honestly, and I'm through the keto flu. I still feel worn down, but I don't feel sick, physically sick. But I am telling you, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this for 6 months. I know that everybody, if it fails or whatever, and I have to do a different diet, everyone's going to be like, shame. I totally expect that. I honestly totally expect that. But I'm not going to anticipate failure just yet, because today I wanted to quit worse than I have the entire program. I was ready to just go bury my face in a bucket of ice cream that was readily available in the freezer, mind you, because of my son. I was just going to put that whole thing down, and then my wife was like, "Let me make you an avocado and put some salmon and some sour cream on it and everything." And it was absolutely delicious. I nommed the thing down, and then I was happy after that. So that saved me. So having her around when I hit rock bottom on the diet front is actually pretty important. And then yesterday I had to I took my rental car back. I picked up my car. I gave it a look over. It didn't look like they damaged it or anything taken off of Dukes of Hazzard's jump, so that's great. But I did tell the guy at the shop, I was like, "Dude, you got to drive my car." And he took me completely literally, went out and drove my car, and then took a picture of him sitting in my car after driving it and saying, "Damn, I didn't drive it that far, but it's as fast as you said it was." And he tagged me on Twitter, and I was looking at that, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is funny." Like that dude went and test drove my car and tweeted me about it. And I thought it was hilarious. I replied back with the obligatory drive it like you stole it to see what he would do. And so that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. But I picked up my car. It was night. Then I went over to Graham's because he was finally available. We flew around a new Autel drone that's hush hush. I think it's still all under NDA, so I can't say what the name of it is and all that shit. But anyways, we went and flew that around. And I have to say it is definitely nowhere near as good is the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. But then again, it's also like $500 cheaper. So I don't even really necessarily consider them in the same category, really. But it did fly well. It had a hell of a forward speed on it. When we put it in something called ludicrous mode, I was able to get it to do 45 miles an hour in a straight line. with no wind. So I thought that that was pretty impressive. That's like approaching the speed of those little FPV racing drone thingies, which I also have two that I need to review over here. You guys can take a quick peek. You remember those? The Draco Racing? Yeah, that's the shelf of shame. That's where all the stuff is that still needs to be reviewed. And then some. I want to thank whoever sent me the Savage Jerky. I forgot who it was, and for some reason they didn't put your name here, but somebody sent me some Mojo Jalapeno Traditional Mojo and cracked pepper and sea salt using Reddit15 as the coupon code. Thank you so much for that. I really did appreciate it. Jerky is one of the things I can have on the keto diet, and thank you for recognizing that. And I nommed some of that shit down today. I will tell you, however, that the dry rub on that is strong. It took me a little while to get used to it, but it was good. I also have a couple of other mail items here that I haven't even opened yet. Here, let's set this down. You guys are going to look at my baboon titties now for a second. Let me find some to lean this on. Is that going to stay? I don't know if it's going to stay or not. All right. Anyways, you can look at my baboon titties. I don't know how to do the, hold on. Is that how you do it? Is that how The Rock does it? Oh, yeah. Also, my bruise is almost gone. Look at that. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's see. I got a letter here. I can't read the name. Collerton or Willington. But anyways, okay. So here we go. We got a letter here. Let me open this up. This came in the P.O. box yesterday. Okay. Let's open this up. It says, okay, so it's from a guy named Chris. Last name starts with a C. He said, Dear Barnacles, I'd like to thank you for the video on the personal stuff. I was in the Navy for 20 years and got out at end on medical. I was also poor when I was younger. I do not know where to go with this letter, but getting out of the Navy has been rough on me, he says. He said, took some time off after retirement for myself and went back to work for the government. Last year, I was so stressed with it, I resigned after 3 years to save my personal business. He said, I really messed up with the business, which is failing bad and going to have some finance issues. Wow, this guy is like, this is like the story of my life, guys. Here, I'm going to scoot back here so you guys can see the full package as Santa Claus reads his letter here. He said, going from the bottom to the top and back down the bottom is going to hurt. Trust me, dude. I know exactly how you feel. I'm going through it myself right now. It might not seem like it from where you see, but trust me when I say that wholeheartedly. I know exactly where you're at. He said, but I'm single, so it's only me. I've told you more than I tell my mom and dad. Or he told me more than he tells mom and dad. He said, I've really been down, and 3D printing and YouTube videos helped. I deal with a lot of pain in my hips and back. Every day it sucks. Yep, totally with you there too, bro. He said, I have a background in fire and EMS growing up in military, police, and military 911. Heard and seen a lot of things in those areas. Also shitty medical personnel in the military. Sorry to say, but hard to trust those people. Yeah, I've actually heard similar things. He said, sorry for my rambling, and if I wrote this by hand and barely read it. No, you didn't write it by hand. It's actually printed out. So, Rock On, he said, warm regards from Chris. He said, hope you get better, and thank you for sharing and helping. You know what? Thank you so much, Chris. I really do appreciate these letters. I genuinely do. Reading this stuff helps a lot. You know how they say misery loves company? That is a very true statement. And it's not that I want you to be miserable. It's just nice to know that there's other people out there that have similar problems. It does. Like, you know, I hope that some of you guys feel that way too, that it's just, you know, it makes you feel like a little bit, oh, I'm going to use my Elgato stand as a camera stand here. Hold on. But you know what I mean? It seems like when other people out there have the same problems that you do, that you don't feel so awkward and weird. Like you feel somewhat normal even. Yeah, this actually works pretty good. I'm just using the stand from this guy, the Stream Deck. If I can pull it over far enough here. Let me turn it. There you go. You guys see it? My Stream Deck? So yeah. Or Stream Dick, as I called it once, and you guys will never let go. Here, I got another package. Oh, this is from Mr. Gene Buckle. What did Gene send me? I've never had Gene send me anything. If you guys don't know who Gene Buckle is, he's the guy that's got the wicked F-15 flight simulator with the culminated vacuum parabolic dish display thing for his simulators. The guy is as nerdy as they come, guys. Like, seriously. All right, let me open this up. Uh-oh. I just tore, like, half the letter off. Luckily, there's nothing written on it. So I think we're good to go. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, wow. All right, so I got a card. He said, you're pretty fucking awesome is what the card says, and it's keep that shit up. He said, I knew that some days are harder than others, but just know that the light is at the end of the tunnel. Or the light at the end of the tunnel isn't always the headlamp of an oncoming train. Happy 39th birthday. Thanks, Gene. I appreciate it. He also included a letter said, Jerry, enclosed is the Imperial rank badge that I promised the merch minion lady at Merv.
Okay, so I got to get it to her, I'll get her. I'll get that to her this weekend. I'm going to be at PDX Land, so I'll give it to her there. So I'm including some of the simple decals for you to use as well. So here are the decals for the Simulation Cockpit Builders Group. Those are pretty damn cool. I'm going to have to stick one of those on my car. And then I've got the thing that I'm guessing I need to give to Merch Minion. This is the little logo thing. But I'm not going to show that on stream because I don't know if he wants that public yet or not. But I will set that aside. Thank you, Mr. Gene. Mr. Gene Buckle, and thank you for the card. I really do appreciate it, bud. All right, let's see what else I got over here. I got this thing. And if you guys want to send anything to my P.O. Box, it's P.O. Box 279, Duval, Washington, 98019. You can also find it, I believe it's on Twitch, down in the panels. If it isn't, let me know. I'm doing my job wrong. All right, so what do we have here? This is from Attention Barnacles from Amazon Fulfillment Center. Okay, I suspect this is a book. And I'm going to do like the Johnny Carson thing. No. Okay, I think it's probably going to have something to do with dieting or keto. Because the only people that send me books are either Unfuck Yourself or, well, basically Unfuck Yourself with diet. All right, let's see what we got here. Was that right? Hold on. Hold on here. Oh, I was right. We have a book called Keto Comfort Foods. And boy, do I need them because I am really getting tired of eating the same like 3 things every single day. So, oh God, these look delicious. Oh my God, guys. Did I say keto cake? What? Malted milk ball cheesecake? Okay, I may survive this keto diet after all. Thank you so much for that. Does it say who it's from? It doesn't. It just says it came from Amazon. Well, if you guys are the ones that sent it, please let me know because I would like to give you a proper thank you. I will hand this book off to Miss Barnacles promptly so that she can take care of it for me and make me some tasty meals with it. As for today, most of this jitter has been about yesterday because today I didn't really do much. I woke up, I was in a lot of pain. I finally, after taking my meds and everything, started feeling like a little bit better. Then I got kind of sick feeling. My sinuses have been really plugged up lately, so I think I'm fighting a little bit of a cold, but it hasn't like really gone anywhere else. So it's hard to even know if you're sick. With all the shit that I've been going through, it's hard to know if you're sick or if it's just par for the course. Or it's like withdrawal from the hospital meds or the clot reforming in here causing pressure buildup in my body. But it's weird. This whole experience has been really weird. I'm just trying to recover at this point. So today was largely uneventful. I just watched some TV shows. I watched a documentary on Price is Right. I watched something called Rocket Men, which is these like an indie type film thing that these guys did in Seattle. It was really silly and stupid, but it was funny and made me laugh, so I kept watching it. And then after that, I had a meeting in the afternoon with Rad Power Bikes to discuss the video. The video hasn't been released yet. I shot the video like a month or 2 ago. Haven't been able to release it because every time I go in there and start editing and working on it, I get pulled away for a length of time because of the health issues. So now I'm finally stabilized to the point where everything seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing for the most part. So I plan to get that video finished tomorrow and hopefully uploaded online by Thursday. And I'm really excited to do that because if you guys want to buy a Rad Power Bike, I got a killer deal. If you use coupon code Barnacles in the checkout on radpowerbikes.com, you get 50 bucks off. So, and, hold on, I got to fart. And they just basically take that $50 out of my commission and kick it to you guys because I wanted them to do that. And it's a fantastic bike. I absolutely love it. I have so much fun riding it. I loved it so much that I even gave the old bikes after we got the new ones to Graham and his wife because his wife has, she has a form of epilepsy, I think it is, that causes these seizures, so she can't drive. They took her driver's license away. So she literally uses a Rad Power Bike to commute to work, rain, sleet, or snow. And she absolutely fucking loves it. It just like warms my heart that it actually helps her. For me, it's a fun way to get out and get some exercise and keep up with my friends being the fat bastard that I am and being able to pedal when I can and then rest when I need to without holding up the entire group. That's why I love Rad Power Bike. She loves Rad Power Bike because it enables her to actually have a life, which I think is way more important than what I use them for. But if you guys are thinking about getting one before the review video or whatever, just remember the Rad Mini has more torque, folds up and goes in the trunk of your car, and has the same width tires, but they're smaller and lower profile. But if you want to go faster on the top end and have more speed at the top end, and you're going to be doing trail riding where you need a lot more stability and a lot more wheel and tire, go for the Rad Rover. The Rad Rover is the big guy. If you look at them side by side, you'll be like, hands down Rad Rover. But if you test drive them, I'm telling you, there's a night and day difference between the torque on the Rad Rover versus the Rad Mini because of the decrease in tire size gives it a lot more startup torque. It's crazy how much of a difference it is. It actually made me really kind of kick myself in the ass for not riding the Rad Mini the first time that I went over to Rad Power Bikes and did a review of their bikes. I was like, nah, I don't want to review that little folding bike. I want to do this Rad Rover over here because it's badass looking. And lo and behold, on the second generation, when I finally decided to review the Rad Mini, because I need a bike that can be a dinghy for my STI when I inevitably blow the motor, so it can kind of get me where I need to go. I decided to give it a try, and the first thing I noticed was you can get the damn thing to almost pop a wheelie when you give it full throttle. And I was like, oh, dude, this is badass. So they're fantastic bikes, though, guys. I'm very picky about the companies that I will work with on affiliate deals, and that's one of them, like, that I completely back up. Just like Puget Systems, I don't do any affiliate deals with them, but, like, I recommend their products to everybody I know because their computers fucking rock. They do. They're awesome. Sorry, my throat is feeling weird today, and my sinuses, again, have been packed up, so I think it's maybe post-nasal drip kind of thing going on. But at least I'm alive. Wow, we're already 21 minutes into this. I'm actually shooting this entire thing. I think I already told you at the beginning, shooting this whole thing in 4K 60 on the front-facing camera. Or I guess the camera, is it front-facing, the one that's on the front of the camera? Yeah, not the one that points away from you, the one towards you. Anyways, I was surprised to see that the resolutions were the same on both settings, so I'm curious to see how this looks, because we've tried it out in all different lighting conditions and everything. I do know that the iPhone notoriously massages the hell out of the images in the video with an algorithm. Like, they use the power of the phone to try to make the camera look better than it actually is. And a lot of people don't like that, because if you're a purist and you like absolute control over your video and the look and feel of it, you want the rawest possible thing you can get, right? So I understand why some people don't like that. But so far, I've been really impressed with the phone, guys. I like the fact that I can just pick it up and it unlocks faster. Like, when the screen is on, the lock is already in the unlock status from my face. The facial recognition is so blistering fast. And the other thing I like about it, too, is that the facial recognition works with all the other apps that require usernames and passwords when you put them into the keychain. So you can literally just open up your app and it's like face recognized, fake recognized, install an app, face recognized. I absolutely love it. And then if your eyes are closed, I don't think it works. So if you're like sleeping or passed out on somebody's couch, they can't just, like, you know, put your phone in front of your head and then run off and go tee and look at all your dick pics. So that's pretty cool. I do plan on doing a review of it because I got both of them. I got the XS Max, which is what I'm using, the big guy. And then I got my wife, Miss Barnacles, the XR, because she honestly doesn't care about the screen technology. She's one of those people where it's like she can't even tell the difference between like 480p and 1080p. She's like, oh, it just looks like a movie to me. And it drives me absolutely fucking bonkers. But because of that, I can get her that phone, which was a lot cheaper. And the provider I went through has 0% financing on everything. So I can pay off these phones over time instead of having to, like, you know, incur a huge cost up front, which I can't really afford to do right now. But I had to get off that iPhone 7. That iPhone 7 was getting really janky. I don't know if it was the phone or if it was iOS 12, but it was not a smooth experience. It would just, at least 6 or 8 times a day, it would just lock up for like a minute. Like, I'd be scrolling a page and it would just lock up. And I think I'd have to hard reset the phone, but if I just left it for like, you know, 40 to 60 seconds, it would just unlock and work. So anyways, that's kind of the stuff that's been happening the last 2 days. But tomorrow I'm hoping to do a morning coffee and do a little bit of editing. And I also have to prepare a little bit and figure out what I'm going to take with me to PDX land. And I think I may just bring my Puget System laptop because I don't want to pack a whole computer. It's at a new location. Apparently there's some logistics issues as to how far the parking lot is away from the venue and what kind of stuff you want to like leave in your car when you're going back and forth if you don't have somebody to watch the car while you're hauling stuff in and out. So because of the logistical nightmares of the situation, I think for the first time I'm just going to take a laptop, some headphones, maybe a little light, just basically a backpack so I can just drive down there, stow my car at the hotel, and then commute over from the hotel using Uber or something like that. And that way I don't have anything at the location that I even have to remotely worry about. So I think that's the plan. As far as everything else that's going on in my life, still stagnant on a lot of stuff. I have more things to do than what I know. Like, everybody asks, like, you know, are you not making videos because of lack of ideas? No. Like, literally, I can make 10 videos on every single thing you see on that shelf. Everything you see over there on that shelf. Everything you see over there. There's an endless number of videos to be made. It's just a matter of me getting all my equipment together, getting my brain clear, getting myself awake and alert. That's the biggest one. because they took me off testosterone. I was on testosterone treatment for 8 months because of chronic fatigue, and my testosterone levels were so low that they suspected that was the problem. So I was getting injections once a week. Those injections actually empowered me to get a lot more done. I was a lot more focused. I slept a lot better, but then they took me off the testosterone, and I'm on week 3 of being off of it. And I have to say that I can feel that fatigue coming back. So I was hoping that keto would combat that, but it turns out the keto is also fatiguing me. So I got a lot of shit I got to figure out, guys, but I will figure it out. I definitely have a new lease on life as far as I want to live. I am happy to be alive. I don't want to die. I don't want to suffer. These things are hugely motivational to me. And that's why I've been on the keto diet successfully without cheating at all for like 10 days. So I'm proud of myself. The only other thing I really got to talk about is old Dex here. Old Dexter, if you guys watched the stream the other day, I blew up the servo. This servo that holds the GoPro right here finally bit the dust. So I got to send mail to Haddington Dynamics and see if they can send me out a different servo. But instead of a servo, I think this time we're going to equip it with a stepper motor. Just so that it doesn't have an end stop. It can spin endlessly if I want it to. That's what I'd like anyways. But I'm going to just keep on keeping on. I want to thank all of our new patrons. We had a couple new patrons show up. We also had a couple of patrons leave. Totally understand it is the holidays. If you got to save $1 a month, hey, you get out of here. You get out of here. Come back later. You know, I want everybody to have as many resources as they can, especially if they have kids and everything for the holidays, because it's going to be rough holidays with the tariffs and everything going on right now, boosting the price of everything by a good 20 to 30%. I totally understand why people need to be careful with their money, especially with the way the economy is going and everything. I mean, our leadership would have us believe that the economy is like absolutely awesome, but the only metric that they have for that is the stock market. And the truth is a lot of us aren't really invested in the stock market beyond our retirements. So everything else that governs the cost of goods and the cost of living and everything outside of the stock market has been doing tremendously bad by comparison. So anyways, not to make this all a political jitter because I don't really give a shit, but if I wanted to, that's okay because it is Jerry and the Raw and you guys would expect nothing less. I got to fart. Hold on. Oh, that was a weird one. So that's what's going on. Thank you guys for being my patrons. I hope you guys enjoy these videos, even if I can only do 3 or 4 a week under certain conditions. I do like getting these out to you, and I still find it hard to believe that we're like almost up to 60 videos, if not already there. 60 videos on here. It's like if I could produce video content at the same rate and speed on my YouTube channel as I did here, I'd be like basically fat PewDiePie. Okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. All right, I love you guys. If you're new here, please give me an introduction down below. Let us know who you are, how you found us, what brought you here, and be brutally honest too. If it was my sexy ass and my hairy chest, hey, let me know, man. I want to know. Tension's attention. or if it was just to poke fun at me or feel better about yourself seeing me as a train wreck, hey, that works too. I'm cool with that. But let me know down below. And guys, don't worry. I know I keep saying this, but as things get better, yeah, there's going to be more YouTube content and everything. This is my career. It's just medical reasons. I'm looking at it this way. I'm looking at it as medical reasons, both before I got diagnosed with the blood clots and after that stretch of a couple of months. I'm writing that entire thing off. That entire period of time I'm writing off is just a bad experience brought on by life. But now that that's clearing up and I'm getting better, I want to get back to full production. I want to be making 3 to 4 videos a week on YouTube. I want to be doing 4 or 5 live streams a week on Twitch. I want to be engaging a lot more on Discord like I used to do. I want to get in voice chats on Discord and do community stuff. I want to do some silly projects. I want to get back into doing comedy because comedy is just funny. I mean, that's what comedy literally means. So, but it's easy to think of all those things, but with fatigue and stress, it's 10 times easier to not do them. So I gotta work on that part, but Miss Barnakley's helped me. Holy shit, this is already 28 minutes. I told my wife I was gonna be like 10 minutes and I'd be back in the bedroom. And she's probably wondering where the hell I am. And I want to say goodnight to my kid before he goes to bed and give him a big hug and a kiss. So I am actually ending this. I know I say I'm gonna end it 1,000 times, but I'm actually ending it right now, okay? Right now, I'm gonna push this button. It's like we're teenagers and having a love call on the phone where it's like, oh, you hang up first, you hang up first. No, I'm literally going to stop it so that I can go do some adulting. I love you guys.